Hey man, my name's Hunter. This is my first video, and look, I understand with a first video it's gonna get 0 views. That's fine. Hopefully my channel grows and you can kind of, piece it together. People will check this out. This is like mine. Hey, this is what I do. So, first of all, I am a fan of the NFL, and better yet, I'm a fan of the worst team in the NFL, the New York Giants. We are terrible, but you already knew that. Let's talk New York Giants. Now, a lot of people see a comedy sports channel, particularly one with football, and think, oh, Brandon Perna, Tom Grossi. Those guys are really funny and seem really nice. They haven't endured what I've endured, all right? I can guarantee you that. The Packers have had a great quarterback longer than cars have been around, dude. I don't want to hear that Jordan Love isn't amazing. Daniel Jones is my quarterback. The Broncos have had some painful losses, and they don't have their first-round pick. They're no holding in the end zone on Sunday Night Football against the Bills to drop down to 1-5 after your 4th primetime loss of the season in 6 weeks. Yeah, they're not there. No one's there. That's unheard of. Now, this is my first video, all right? You don't know how long I've been a Giants fan. Coincidentally, I've been a Giants fan since 2012. For anybody that has to connect the dots there, that is, damn, 12 years. That's 11. I messed up the math. Sports guy. Let me tell you, I have seen some doozies. I've seen Evan Ingram drop. I've seen the scoreless second half, benching Eli, and everything in between. I have to remember Dexter Lawrence jumping off sides. And you know what I also have to remember? Medium Pepsis. Let me tell you a quick story in case you don't know. The Giants are such a poverty franchise that they handed out medium Pepsis to their season ticket holders. You know, the tickets that are upwards of thousands of dollars. A free medium Pepsi. Is that multiple? No. Is that a large Pepsi? No. One medium Pepsi for the worst team in football. This is when we had Joe Judge. Oh, did you remember QB sneak on 3rd down? Yeah, I do. I've seen draft miss after draft miss. I've been here since Eric Flowers, and I'm gonna stay through Eli Apple and Kadarius Toney and everyone in between. 2021 NFL Draft. You remember it? I bet I remember it better. Giants have the 11th pick. They're obviously going to take Devonta Smith. Everybody on planet Earth knows they're going to take Devonta Smith, including the Philadelphia Eagles general manager, Howie Roseman. Cowboys are picking at 10. Eagles are picking at 12. Those teams hate each other. Giants are in the middle. Mind you, this was the year the Giants should have went to the playoffs, but Doug Peterson decided to kneel it out against the Washington football team. Yeah, what the hell was that? I hate the Giants, but what the hell is going on in Washington? Eagles trade over the Giants with the Cowboys. What? And they take Devonta Smith. The Giants don't know what to do. We didn't have a plan B. Who can trade us for this pick? Because we don't need a quarterback. We got Daniel Jones. Number 11 goes to Chicago. We go down to 20, and we get their pick next year, which seemed like a good move. First time Dave Gettleman ever traded back. Oh, I'll make a video about Dave Gettleman, don't you worry. I've got my Dave Gettleman video in the works. It's all up here. It's all right here. The trauma, the pain. If I have to see that dried grapefruit face motherfucker again, I'm gonna lose it. I have a whole video, but that would be 20 minutes long, so I'm not gonna talk about it here. Let's talk about the one time he traded back. He goes to 20. He drafts Kadarius Toney, now one of the most hated players in New York City. Great. Who goes at 12? Oh, I forget. It was like some linebacker out of Penn State. Oh, Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons went 12. Well, the Giants got an extra first-round pick. Who did they take at number 7 the year after the Chicago Bears pick? Evan Neal, right tackle, Alabama. I will get to him in a minute. All right, flipping hot dogs and hamburgers. Go fuck yourself. Did I mention this team sucks? Look, I understand we're not the Cleveland Browns, all right, or the Jets. Holy shit. We won a playoff game last year. I seem to be the only one that remembers that. People say, how are you a Giants fan? They're so terrible. We won a playoff game. I thought it was over. There's been a lot of introduction in this video. I hope you're still here. Let's talk about the current team. I understand that this is largely the same roster, except better. We didn't lose any players, really, besides Kenny Golladay. Cue the Kenny Golladay highlight. I completely forgot to mention the boat party. Oh, God. See what I'm saying? It all just piles on. It's like endless Jenga, except you lose every time. The tower always collapses. The Giants just lost to the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football, and that game was so laughably difficult to get through that I made a YouTube channel because someone's got to hear about this. Someone's got to know what's going through Hunter's head. That's my name, by the way. Did I say that? Hunter is my name. You ever watch your team lose in prime time? You ever watch them do it again and again and again and again and again? And Daniel Jones is 1-12 in prime time with his one win being this shit? This doesn't even count. They missed a call. We shouldn't have even been in the playoffs. This team sucks. Sunday Night Football is easily my favorite broadcast. I just like the graphics. I think Chris Collinsworth is funny, charismatic, but not annoying. Take notes, Troy Aikman. Fuck you. I like Sunday Night Football. What I don't like is watching the Giants lose 40-0 on opening day while I'm in Vegas, hungover, and lost every sports bet, and I'm also depressed, and I'm watching my Giants get bent over in broad daylight at 8 o'clock at night by one of my least favorite teams. Call me crazy, but that didn't put me in a great mood. I don't know if you caught the next primetime game. The Giants played the San Francisco 49ers, and that went about as well as it could have gone. We only lost by, 18? 30-12. Nothing like scoring one touchdown in a game. And you know what? That's a season high. Oh, buddy. It's actually not true. We beat the Cardinals, which is a team win. We didn't deserve that one. I was in attendance for that game when they started down 20-0 against the tanking Cardinals. What the hell? Fun fact about the Niners game, that was actually the last time we scored an offensive touchdown. What? Even though I do love Sunday Night Football, I cannot with the player intros. The Giants PFF ratings are literally the funniest, but also most depressing thing you could ever see. You see quarterback Tyrod Taylor, who, he still plays? I thought he couldn't breathe. Saquon Barkley, who on one leg, we have a fullback? We don't have a wide receiver. These guys are cool, and Darius Slayton defends the Giants more than I do, but they're not great, okay? Sorry. Fat ass, just hit the green screen. That's not the point. And Darren Waller, whatever. We are good. Here's the kicker, and I am not talking Graham Gano. He is our highest scorer on the year, which is nuts. You look at the offensive line, and this is where I have hung my hat all week. Josh Ezeudu, I think. That sounded racist. I'm sorry if it did. He's horrible. This is the dude who last week had 2 false starts. That's kind of a lot. In 3 plays! In the span of 3 plays. False start, play, which went nowhere because he doesn't know how to block either. Fun. 3rd play, false start. Our left guard, Justin Pugh. Now this is who everybody was memeing on because he said from off the couch. That was funny. It would have been less funny if he wasn't 100% right. The Giants called him and said, hey man, Chris Snee is busy. Please, dude, just come back. Come back or we're gonna have to call Michael Strahan. So to recap, we have a left tackle who's literally the worst I've ever seen, a left guard who is off the couch, a center who I have never heard of, because our current center, who also is a rookie and also is not good, is inactive. Our right guard is horrible, and our right tackle is Evan Neal. 34th out of 34th. He's the worst in the NFL. That means there's 2 guys out there sitting on the pine that are better than Evan Neal. And tell me you know Payne. What the fuck? I'm sure you've heard, you know, because most teams' offensive linemen are in the news for being so bad and also for being an asshole to the fans. In case you didn't hear, Evan Neal has been so bad that the fans are booing him. Isn't that great when your offensive lineman gets booed? That's a normal thing. Evan Neal goes out and says, the fans that are booing me are probably flipping hot dogs and hamburgers. I'm not worried about them. Why would you, Evan? Why would you worry about people who only want you to succeed? Why would you worry about people that are holding you accountable? That would be silly. Why would you do that? Oh, just continue doing what you're doing. You're doing great. If PFF ranked 70 right tackles, he'd be number 71, dude. He'd be off the list. I haven't mentioned Andrew Thomas. He's really good, but damn it, he's been injured. So we are fucked. The defense isn't amazing either. 2 rookie corners in week 1, that's a recipe for greatness. To be fair, Deonte Banks has been good. Cordero Flott is a person. And Xavier McKinney has his hand back. And the defensive line could look worse. It looked a lot better last year, but it could look worse. And they actually had a good game against Buffalo. Wink Martindale decided to get his head out of his ass, but at least the defense doesn't look like the worst room in the NFL. I wish I could say the same about the offense, but we are horrible. I don't want to edit too much. I could go on for hours about how terrible this team is, but let's talk about the 2 hottest debates about the New York Giants. Saquon Barkley, and Daniel Jones, and what me, the passionate and knowledgeable Giants fan, has to say about them. But before I do, I just want to say something really quick. I mentioned that I like Brian Daboll. I do. I don't think the coaching staff is the problem, besides the offensive line coach, because something has to change there. First things first, Saquon Barkley. Now, Saquon Barkley is a Giant. That I don't mean that literally. What a fucking stupid takeaway if you thought that. I meant he is a New York Giant. He bleeds blue, he loves the team. He's made it very clear he's not trying to steamroll anybody unless they're between the yard lines. He just wants to be paid fairly. And you know what, don't we all, right? I was underpaid at my job, I get it. If I carried like he did, I would have already been out the door. And it looks really bad when you don't pay the anchor to your offense and you pay the quarterback. Here's a clip of me reacting to the Giants drafting Daniel Jones.
Yes! Yes! Yeah!
Now I'm gonna say this. I actually was a big Daniel Jones fan coming into this season. I actually bet for him to win MVP. What? The fact that he's mobile, the fact that he wasn't turning the ball over last season, the fact that he's a good character guy, seems like a good leader, a hard worker, teammates like him, Darius Slayton's defending him, he won a playoff game, which is more than Justin Herbert can say. Dear God, has he made me look stupid. It's like he just fell off a cliff, climbed back up, just kidding, he couldn't do that, but he found out at the bottom that there was a whole nother cliff, and instead of falling off, he decided to break his neck. That's what happened. That's the story of Daniel Jones. He proceeded to have just mediocre season after mediocre season, to the point where he tricked us into, when he didn't have a mediocre / terrible season, that he was actually pretty good. He just needed the right coach and a perfect schedule and a great run game and a really good defense. Starting to see a pattern here. When you do all this media fuckery and ask for crazy amounts of money and change your agents and try to screw over the team. Saquon Barkley was just trying to get paid normally. Daniel wanted to get paid like a top 5 guy, and he did! The problem with Daniel Jones is that he sucks. In the current landscape of the NFL, if you're not great at something, you're horrible. That's how it works, okay? And I don't want to be that overreactionary fan, but I'm going to be when you throw a pick 6 on the 3-yard line. When you throw a pick 6 on the 3-yard line on Monday Night Football to take your record from prime time from 1-11 to 1-12, I'm out. And I understand, okay, you put Patrick Mahomes behind this offensive line, not gonna do anything. But damn it, I'm sick of seeing his fucking face. I'm sick of him falling. I'm sick of every single excuse I've given this man. When you throw a pick 6 on the 3-yard line, when I defended you all year about not turning it over, fumble man, that's where I draw the line. So yeah, I'm out on Daniel Jones. Does it matter? No. This roster is horrible. The team sucks. Thank God we have our first-round pick, because it'll probably be in the top 3. But I wanted to rant about the Giants. Hopefully there's 10 minutes of material here. If there's not, I'll come back next week, because we're gonna lose again. And even if we beat Washington, who gives a shit? This team's not gonna contend for a while. I'm gonna give Daboll his time, and you know what? I want to give him his quarterback, because he did wonders with Josh Allen, and his first year with Daniel Jones made him look like not the worst quarterback in the NFL. So I'm gonna fight. It looks like I'm the only one. This team's horrible. Thank you for watching. Go Giants. Roll Tide. I don't fucking... So that's kind of the whole spiel here. I'm just gonna talk about stuff in front of a green screen, which is totally my original idea. I definitely didn't get that from some of my favorite content creators. I'm gonna try and talk about every team in my weekly recaps. I'll try and do previews. I'll try and do all kinds of fun stuff. But until then, you know, just understand I'm kidding around. Again, unless I'm talking about the Giants, this was heartfelt, okay? So when I tell you Ryan Tannehill sucks, I mean, I'm right, but you know, don't take it so hard. We can laugh together. Let's laugh together. Like, share, subscribe, comment. That'd be cool. I don't know how to end this stupid video. So, you know, thanks for watching, I guess. You know, I'll see you next time. Fuck.